Good morning, student. This is Teacher Pia and welcome back to our online class. So this time we are going to move to our new lesson in science. Okay, as you can see our background, you can see there different kinds of food. So it means our topic for today is about foods. Okay, but before we go to our lesson, please watch, like what I'm always telling to you, please watch our video lesson first before answering your worksheets. Okay, so let's start our lesson. Okay, so this will be our slides. So this is K1A online class in science, and the date today is March 23, 2021. Okay, so I have a question here, children. Okay, so the question is, where our food comes from? Again, where our food comes from. Okay, so isn't it, children, that we like eating foods? Oh, we need to eat foods, okay? But where our food comes from? The foods like the vegetable, fruits, and milk that we are drinking, and bread that we are eating. So where our foods comes from? So where are these foods comes from? Okay, very good if you know the answer, okay? So we will learn that one. So our topic for today, children, is about where our foods comes from, okay? Again, we will answer this question, okay? And that will be our topic, where our foods comes from. Okay, so remember, children, our food comes from two groups, okay? The first group is animals. For example, the pig and the hen, okay? And plants. For example, the tomato plant and the banana tree, okay? So again, our foods comes from two groups. The first groups is the animals, and the second group is the plants. Okay, so these groups is the one who's providing food to us. Okay, the animals and the plants. If there's no animals and plants, we don't have food. Okay, so let's see the examples, okay, of foods that comes from animals. Okay, so what is this, children? So what food is this? So this is a pork or ham, pork ham, okay? And where do you think pork comes from? So where it comes from? It comes from the pig, okay? Remember, pork comes from the pig, okay? So next one. How about this one? What is this? So these are eggs. Okay, so these are eggs. So where eggs comes from? It comes from the mother hen or hen. Okay, again, eggs comes from hen. Okay, next one. We have here the milk. So milk, where milk comes from? Very good. So milk comes from cow. Okay, again, milk comes from cow, or you can also get the milk from the goat and sheep. Okay, you can get milk from the cow, from sheep and goat. Okay, again, milk comes from cow, sheep, and goat. Okay, so let's move now to the plants. We are finished with the animals, so let's move now to plants. So what are the foods that we are getting from the plants? So let's start with, what's this? So this one is tomato sauce, children. So tomato sauce, this is the sauce that we are using if we are eating fried food. For example, the chicken, fried chicken, the fries, and many more. Okay, so where do you think tomato sauce comes from? Okay, from the word tomato, it comes from the tomato. And tomato comes from the tomato plant. Okay, remember, tomato sauce comes from the tomato, and tomato comes from the tomato plant. Okay, so next one, we have here that rice. Okay, very good. This one is rice. And rice is the food that we are always eating every day. We are eating every day. Okay, so where rice comes from? Very good. It comes from the wheat. Okay, wheat grains. Okay, so this one is a grain. These are grains. Okay, wheat grains. But where the wheat grains comes from? It comes from the wheat plant. Okay, again, this is rice, and rice comes from wheat grains, and wheat grains from the wheat grains comes from the wheat plant. Okay, next one. Let's go to the bread. Okay, so this one is a bread. So these are bread. Okay, so where do you think bread comes from? Okay, it's the same with the rice. So bread comes from the wheat grains also. Okay, again, bread comes from wheat grains, and wheat grains comes from wheat plant. Again, like the same with the rice, bread comes from wheat grains, and wheat grains comes from the wheat plant. Okay, so next we have here the fries. Okay, so this one is fries. These are fries. Okay, so where is fries comes from? Where it comes from? It comes from the potato. Very good. It comes from potato. And potato comes from potato plant. Again, fries comes from potato. Potato comes from potato plant. Okay, so this one is the last one. We have here the banana. Very good. So banana comes from where? It comes from where? It comes from the banana tree. Very good. Again, banana comes from banana tree. So that are some foods. That are the foods and where they come from. Okay, comes from. Okay, so let's review now. So the first one, we have here the pork. And pork comes from pig. Next, we have here the eggs. And eggs comes from hen. Next, we have here milk. And milk comes from cow. Or you can also get it from goat and sheep. And next one, we have here the rice. And rice comes from wheat. Very good. Next, we have here the bread. And bread comes from wheat. Same with the rice. It comes from the same food. Okay, again, rice and bread comes from wheat grains. Okay, next one, we have here the tomato sauce. And tomato sauce comes from, it comes from the tomato. And next, we have here the fries. And fries comes from potato. Very good. And the last one, we have here the banana. And banana comes from banana tree. Very good. So let's match now our activity. Okay, so let's have a short activity and we are going to match it. So in we have here 2 table, children, and this part on the left side, you can see there the foods that we are eating. Okay, the foods that we are eating. And on the right side, you can see there where they come from. Okay, where the foods comes from. Okay, so here, let's see now the foods that we are eating. Okay, we have here the pork, eggs, rice, and milk. And this part, you can see there you can see here the fries, tomato sauce, bread, and banana. So let's go now where this food comes from. So we have here the hen, cow, pig, and wheat. And this part, we have here the banana tree, potato, tomato, and wheat. Okay, so again, what are we going to do? We will going to match the food where they comes from. Okay, so let's start with the pork. Where pork comes from? It comes from hen, cow, pig, or wheat? Very good. It comes from the pig. Okay, how about the eggs? Where eggs comes from? Is it comes from hen, cow, or wheat? Very good. It comes from the hen. Okay, how about the rice that we are always eating every day, that we are eating every day? It comes from cow or wheat? Very good. It comes from the wheat. And the milk comes from cow. Very good. So let's go now in this part. So we have the fries. So fries. Where fries comes from? Is it comes from banana, potato, tomato, or wheat? It comes from the potato. Very good. How about the tomato sauce? Where it comes from? It comes from the banana, tomato, or wheat? It comes from tomato. How about the bread? Where bread comes from? Where it comes from? It comes from the banana or the wheat? It comes from the wheat. And the last one, we have here the banana. Okay, the bananas. So where the banana comes from? It comes from the banana tree. Again, pork comes from pig. Eggs comes from hen. Rice comes from wheat. Milk comes from cow. Fries comes from potato. Tomato sauce comes from tomato. Bread comes from wheat. And banana comes from banana tree. So that is all for today, children. Thank you for listening. Okay, thank you for listening. Hope you learned something today. Okay, so please get your worksheets now and do it. Okay, thank you for listening and bye.